During 2012, they had they called for volunteers to work on the Denville Centennial, and there was a vacancy for the Time Capsule Committee. So my daughter had submitted an essay for it, and back for the 75th anniversary, and she was an essay winner, and I remember how special that day was and how she participated in government in 1988. So I thought this would be an interesting project. So I joined in early January of 2013. I started forming a committee. I have a wonderful committee that I work with.
How did you organize the material that's going into the Denville Centennial Time Capsule?
We organized it into categories. We organized it so we wanted to capture life in Denville as it is in 2013. What do we like to do? What is our government like today? What's our health, our transportation, our technology? And so we want to capture that life. We also want to envision life in 2063. So we put some at our September 22nd picnic where we displayed items from the 75th capsule. We also started to display some of the items for the 100th capsule. And we put a board up and we asked people to write, what do you think will not be here in 2063? We had to take some time to explore what would secure these items for the next 50 years. And we had a time capsule buried in 1988. And it was in a very secure container, and it was buried in the ground, but it had been moved a couple of times, and with the flooding and so forth, there was some water, and it damaged some of the materials, but we were able to restore most of them. So we didn't want to run through that process, or rather not impact the people in 2063, so our Denville neighbors. So having a container like this.
This looks like a bank safe, actually.
Exactly. Well, it's actually a gun safe, and it's very secure.
Yeah.
And essentially should preserve these for the next 50 years.
Yeah. We
also are registering our time capsule with the International Time Capsule Society that's located in Georgia, and that'll be kind of a nice thing, so we can keep them updated with where we have it stored, when we move it, if we should move it from this location. It's on wheels, so it's movable. And
now, is this time capsule going to be buried under the ground right now, or is it?
No. It will stay. Temporarily, it'll stay in this location, and then it'll be decided where we'll be moved.
Okay.
That's why molding was put on it, and so forth. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sheila. And we're looking at this. Thank heavens, it is supposed to be a gun safe, but both Sheila and I agree that it's best that it's being used as a time capsule. That's what you would call a peaceful use of such a device. So these are the events that have impacted us in actually the 21st century. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We even have a tragedy in Connecticut.
Yes.
And we actually have one of the locks.
Yeah, that's called the Sandy Hook in Newtown, Connecticut.
Chris Ambrosi.
Yes.
Invented the Magna lock for the schools.
Oh, okay.
It's a tragedy. And then these are like imported snowflakes that were sent to Sandy Hook. There's 26 of them after the tragedy. Yeah. So these were events that impacted our lives.
We have our technology. Don't text and drive.
Yeah.
Right.
Facebook.
I know you are. I know you are.
Pandora.
Twitter. I have hot chocolate and I have hot water going.
Nixel. We use that service to send messages out
immediately
on cell phones. And then future ideas. So we also have a section on emerging women.
And who's that? That's the first woman is chosen to lead Secret Service.
But we also have other items that of significance just for women. Also, price of gasoline.
Oh, okay, that's definitely apropos. Will they be using gasoline in 2063?
Exactly.
And now we go over to Tommy Dean and Fritz Mott, and and we're talking about what Denville TV should submit. I'm submitting some things too, along with Fritz Mott, and we got a DVD. Okay. There we go, which I have a bag to put it in, all right?
Ziploc, very important.
And, yes, and the question is whether Ziploc will be still here.
Hopefully we'll still be here.
Right. Well, in 50 years, I'm not quite sure.
And this is from the Centennial Parade. This was all of our instructions and all the trials and tribulations of what we did when we created or started put the parade together back in probably February of 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we have video of the entire parade on this.
There you go, we got video.
We hope they know what to do with it.
And this is a magazine about Denville life.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the July 2013 issue. And there's some other little articles that Councilman Doug Gable had written out, and he had also placed in here for everybody in 2063. And I only hope that the community in 2063 is the same type of community as it has been for me growing up here and for my children. A community that cared about their neighbors and the friends and especially the children of this community. So good luck, guys, and I hope you get to watch this, because it's a fantastic community, and hopefully it'll still be that way in 2063.
Okay. Thank you, Tommy Dean. Thank you, Fritz Mott. All right.
Now beam me aboard, Scotty.
So what do you have here?
What'll be around in, will this be around in 2063? The pennies, watches, barcodes, a key, cell phone towers,
movie theaters,
plastic bags. This is an old telephone booth, like in Gardner Field. Old phones.
and the mail truck. That's right.
Yeah.
That Sheila told me about. Yeah. So will they be around?
Will they be around? Yeah.
2063.
Hello,
Hello, who am I speaking to?
this is Linda Ankersmith Daly, and I am a realtor here in the Mountain Lakes area, and I've been on the committee and just have enjoyed meeting so many wonderful people through the committee and the time capsule presentations.
Okay, thank you, Linda. All right. Okay.
I wish, that I'd be around.
You have a chance of being.
I have a fighting chance. My
Yes.
goal, and maybe I should go in the capsule, and then.
You will
come
be
out.
in the capsule if they could read the media from Denville TV. That's the problem.
Well, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true. So,
if they could read it, but they'll see your pictures, though.
yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm really
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
See what happens. We'll see when it gets open.
But Quentin will be here.
Hopefully.
Yeah, oh, he
To
will.
make sure he's first online when it
Oh, okay. How old is he now?
He's 3. A lot of people are here checking out the things that are going in. Should be fun.
I agree with you, Gene Fitzpatrick, our councilman of Denville Township.
Thank you.
Okay. We have here Patrick Flynn and Sheila Mansfield, and we have down here the historical our hometown, which Patrick Flynn has actually done the whole compiling and editing of this magnificent documentary of Denville, and he is right now submitting a copy to Sheila Mansfield to place into the time capsule of the Centennial time capsule for the people in Denville in 2063 to hopefully be able to view this. It is a magnificent documentary. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick Flynn, and thank you, Sheila Mansfield.
Okay, I think we're getting ready to do our closing event. starts the closing of our time capsule event. Thanks for coming out on this cold day. I hope you had an opportunity to review all the items that we had on display. There's many more that are in our time capsule safe. It was a great year. We were involved in a number of activities throughout the year, starting with the parade. We had a float in it. Then we moved on to the picnic. And that's where we were able to display a lot of the items from the 75th time capsule. And despite the fact that some of the items got wet, we were able to recover them and put them in a format that's presentable. And so, as a result, we decided for the people that opened this in 50 years that we wanted something secure, something that should stand the test of time. And so we went ahead with this type of safe. It should be fireproof and so forth. We wanted to, the items that we started at the beginning of the year, we determined what kind of items we wanted for the capsule, and we decided we wanted to capture life in Denville, and it covered so many categories: technology, fashion, the cars we drive, the technology, and we also wanted to look into the future, and we captured what do things that are coming about now, and what will they look like in the future, and what will be obsolete in 2063. I had the pleasure of working with one of the best committees, and I'd like to introduce some of the members of the committee. I'll start off with Chris Holstein. Chris and I were inseparable. Just wonderful to work with, and she put the creative touches to everything that we did. We worked very closely, and I'm happy to make a lot of new friends through this committee. The next person, Dan Napolitano. Lots of sessions determining our strategy for and putting together lists of what we're going to collect. And we also went all the way through town. Dan took a number of photographs of businesses inside, outside. We have a number of things that we were able to capture and put in the time capsule. Let me see. Kathy Cover. Kathy was instrumental in getting a lot of things that we have to recover from the 75th capsule, and also working very closely with the schools to get yearbooks and so forth. And I thank Kathy. It's been great working with her as well. Also, I'd like to mention Linda Ankersmith. She joined us. Tommy Dean. Tommy and Dan selected this safe, and we are so pleased with it. It has plenty of room, and very happy with that. And so comes to the. Pardon me? Oh, Dave. I'm so sorry, Dave. Dave. And Dave, did a lot of work with our floats and bringing items going around town, gathering items for the capsule. So thank you. And Sharon. Sharon was wonderful. She and I tackled working with items in the DPW garage, fixing them up for the 75th capsule, and also she took some photographs of our committee, and in one of our photographs we all were holding our cell phones, so the people in the future could see what our technology is. We know that's going to change. But anyway, it's that time that we need to close the capsule, and so each of us was invited from the committee to put one item into the capsule, one or more items. So I'm just going to give my pin that came out, that we all got beginning of the year. And we have, thanks to Denville TV and I'm sorry, Patrick Flynn. I have a couple of things.
And just one thing though, Sheila, we have a SD card in this little Kobe that is of this ceremony, and I'd like to, you can't close the little safe, and then I'll give it to you. So I'll give it to you just before you close the safe. Actually, I should put it in that little package.
Okay, that would be great.
We'll get the mayor.
Here, then I'll leave this right here, and we'll remember to do it maybe before Mayor Andrews talks. Okay, and one other thing is that we had the 75th committee so kindly went and got a silver bar, and we decided not to auction it off, but rather that we would give this to the 100th and 50th committee so that they could decide what they would like to do with it. And so that is going in the time capsule. So I'm going to start this. Yes. And of course, I also want to mention Jen Bellavino. She could not be here today. Jen did an amazing job working with the schools, bringing all the displays to the picnic event. But we also work closely in developing an essay contest for the students. And the winners of that essay contest have their essays in the time capsule, so they can look forward to opening it up at a later time. Okay. And now I'm just going to ask our members of the time capsule committee if they have anything that they want to put into the time capsule.
We put it in.
Okay, just want to make sure. Chris, you want to put something?
This is the Centennial Time Capsule Committee and the events and the parades and pictures from the year. And in there it has the color coordinated boxes, and here it tells what is in each box for them to open up when 50 years.
Okay, and now I'd like to introduce the steering committee, Centennial Steering Committee, if you would like to say a few words.
Congratulations, fabulous.
And thank you for your support throughout the events and so forth. And finally, I'd like to introduce Mayor Tom Andes, and he's going to have the closing remarks.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming today. It was a year ago this weekend. We froze up outside by the clock tower. It's a lot nicer this year being inside where it's nice and warm. What a year. You know, it's an honor to be the mayor of Denville, but especially for the centennial, the year of our 100th anniversary. When we put the steering committee together, the event and celebration committee, 2 years ago, I asked them to plan some events and come up with a way to pay for it. And they did. And they did a tremendous job, raising nearly $95,000, I think, and running a host of events, many more than I ever thought we were going to run. You know, I thought maybe we'd have a parade and a gala and a picnic, and naturally the time capsule, but we also went to do the triathlon and the essays in the schools and the artwork projects in the schools, and what am I missing? But anyway, it was just a tremendous year. I did put together a little packet for the mayor of Denville and the town council in 2063. And you know, if I could, I read this letter at the picnic, but I'd like to read it again. The letter that I put in here, along with the copy of the proclamation the joint proclamation of the mayor and council proclaiming the centennial year. And I wrote to the 2063 mayor and members of the Denville Town Council. It is an honor for me on behalf of the 2013 Town Council and the entire community of Denville to congratulate you all on having the privilege to serve our beloved community during the 150th sesquicentennial celebration. In this time capsule, I have enclosed a series of special edition lapel pins for each of you to enjoy and proudly wear during the year. I do respectfully request that at the end of the 2063 celebration, you pass these gifts along to the mayor and Denville Town Council, who shall serve our community at the bicentennial. We can all only imagine how much Denville may have changed in the 50 years since we celebrated our very special centennial anniversary. It is in its first 100 years, as you are well aware, Denville changed from a rural farming community and a regional transportation hub to then a summer resort community to now, in 2013, a sophisticated suburban community which effectively maintains its rural charm. It is my most sincere wish that our grandchildren and great-grandchildren continue to have the opportunity to live in the exceptional type of community we have had the good fortune to have lived. Our revered community is one filled with hard-working families where neighbor cares for the needs of neighbor and where we have the opportunity to enjoy the outdoor recreational opportunities to help make Denville a unique and special place. Most of all, I trust that you will continue to foster the great community pride that is shared throughout our municipality. My best wishes to you and to all, and good luck to you in the sesquicentennial events. May God continue to send his blessings to our very special community. Thomas W. Andes, Mayor of 2012 Township of Denville. I'd like to put this in the council.
That's the challenge. Put the toys.
Oh wait, I'm going to take now this SD card out of here.
We have one more thing that we were...
Oh, you want to do? What,
yeah.
You're going to do one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready? Oh, we got it. And you could get some photographs.
Awesome. Okay.
The final screen has been pulled.
Exactly.
And I'd like to acknowledge that we have in attendance our Council President Gene Fitzpatrick, Councilwoman Stephanie Lyden, and Councilman Doug Gable. Thank you.
Really? Why don't we move out of the way because Sheila and the mayor are going to close it. Okay.
Is it not added? Or should I give you the SD card?
You could just give
Chris.
You and the mayor are going to close it. No.
You're not going to show them around, are you?
Okay.
It was a wonderful year. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope 2014 is just as great for everybody.
Here we go. No, I think they got to put this in now. We have one more thing to put in.
Little technical glitch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Did it.
Last chance, everybody gets everything in.
Okay, last chance.
So, last of the items.
Okay,
Ready?
redo.
Here we go.
1,
Both hands. Both hands. Push. 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 Thank you all for coming.
you.